This inevitably happens in almost every D&D game, where the players just have so much gold that they really just don't need it. So either you need to find a way to strip it of them, or add something to the economy that makes them actually spend their gold. And there are several answers I want to throw at you. Friends, enemies, and those who remain undecided, welcome back, this is Jack. Alright, so the abridged version is, and this is something you would need to bake early into the story or to the game, and that's consumables actually expiring or degrading. Now, in a game I'm running, I actually created a series of health potions. You have high tier all the way down to low tier, and there's some in between. There's a total of 5 versions. And the more powerful they are, they slowly degrade faster. So if you have a high tier, it'll become greater tier, mid tier, then lesser, and then low tier. And each jump becomes greater and greater. This gives a reason for people to have to continuously either buy those potions, which are very expensive, or find a way to protect them so they do not degrade. And I also created an item that is a bag that has limited holding space, but time does not pass inside, so they can use it for that. But these are just simple examples, and that required me to make a lot of different things. But the other thing you can do, and this is very straightforward, is actually making them pay for things. A lot of times, like the living expenses and stuff is just, I've seen a lot of times just be RP'd out. Like you have a benefactor who's like, stay at my estate, or something along those lines. So instead what you do is you actually make them pay for their food, pay for their hotel stays and stuff like that. If they try to go, well, I'm staying out and camping instead, make them actually have a chance at a random encounter. If you have that one player's like, I'm not going to stay at the end, okay, you got jumped by 5 goblins. What you gonna do? No one was standing watch. They get a surprise round on you. And it encourages players to actually spend their money. And you can also include upkeep on their armor, because that is a thing. Even leather armor needs to be treated. The robes that the wizard's wearing has to be sewn back together. And if you really want to, you could even include the degrading of the food. So if they're doing like a long expedition and they didn't bring proper rations, they're like, I killed a deer and I salvaged it. Now they're going through like a barren area where there's nothing to hunt. Okay, the food you were saving is starting to go bad. Roll a disease check. These are just like some small things you can throw in there, some ideas you can have fun with. Now, something I'm doing in my game is I am actually including or altering the prices so that copper and silver actually become worth something. It's a 100-to-1 ratio, so 100 copper equals 1 silver, 100 silver equals 1 gold. And there's actually something above it, but it's usually used by kingdoms to each other, and you call it whatever you want. But that's something I did. I made it so that like inns in small BFE areas are worth like 5 copper. And when you get into like major cities, they're worth a silver for the basic one. And if you pay for like a more expensive inn, you actually might get bonuses for the following day because you slept really good, you ate really well. So these are just different options you can throw in there, and it's something I did because I wanted to spend the time doing it, because I was just really annoyed that everything comes out to just different gold costs. So when you get a reward of, the reward for the bounty was 5 gold, that actually means something. But what do you think? Do you have different ideas and different methods of creating an economy for your characters in a D&D game or any other tabletop role-playing game? There's a comment section down below for that, and I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, see you all in the next one.